morning children, how are you all? I hope you are all fine at home. And this video is for grade 5 English prose. We are going to see in this video for prose and poem. Yes, for your third unit. Okay, Thalkari and poem Courage, Courage, Courage. Yes, so you would have seen the video for the two merchants and the Gulliver's Travel, right? So in this video we are going to see about prose Thalkari and a poem Courage, Courage and Courage. Okay, so what is Thalkari, children? From the topic, what do you understand from this? Thalkari. Okay, in Hindi, Thalkari means it is tiger. Okay, it is a lady tiger. How we call the female tiger in English? Yes, it is tigress. So Thalkari means tigress. Let us see who is the tigress in this lesson. Rani Lakshmi Bai was a well-known freedom fighter and queen of Jhansi. Is Rani called as Thalkari? Yes? Do you feel like that? Okay, let us see. So her kingdom was taken away by the British in the name of doctrine of lapse. You would have learned in history, or you will be learning in your upcoming years. Okay, in social you will be learning. We all know that India was under the British for 200 years. Yes, for more than 200 years. Okay, so Rani Lakshmi Bai is a freedom fighter. She is a freedom fighter. She fought in the first war of independence along with her child on her back. You have seen her pictures. Yes? Okay. So, after the death of the king, Gangadhar Rao is the Rani's husband. He is the king. In this lesson, we are going to see about the friendship between another ferocious woman named Thalkari. Okay, we are going to see Rani Lakshmi Bai's friend. Her name is Thalkari, who fought along with Rani Lakshmi Bai in the first war of independence. She too joined with her and she fought against the British. Some of the hard words in this lesson are orphan. Orphan means a child without parents. We call them as orphan. And hardship, great suffering. Hardship, great suffering. Sturdy, thick, chanced, happened. Fence, fought with swords. Rose in rebellion, decided to fight. Rose in rebellion. Rebellion means decided to fight. Bombarded, attack repeatedly. Bombarded, attack repeatedly. Telegraph, sent by telegraph. That is wireless method. Telegraph is a wireless message sending service. By stealth, nowadays we have message mobile phone in our hands, all our hands, right? In those days it was not possible, so they sent messages through telegraphs. So by stealth, in a secret manner, reluctant, unwilling, betrayer, a person who cheats or disloyal or works for his master's enemies. One who cheats his own master by working for master's enemy. The summary of the lesson. Thalkari was an orphan. She is a parentless girl. She was bold and fierce girl. Bold and fierce means what? Very ferocious lady. Loved to climb trees. She loved to climb trees. Swim in the river. She would like to swim in the river very fastly. She is very bold girl. So she used to play the games which are mentioned for boys, which we call it as, what are the games that we call it as boys games? Mostly boys play cricket, football, all such things, right? Nowadays there is no difference for boys or girls. Everyone play all. There is a cricket team for ladies also. Women cricket team is there in India, right? But in those days they have segregated the games for girls and boys. But this lady, Thalkari, being a very bold girl, she used to play the games mentioned for boys. So villagers like her because she is very much a willing worker. She willingly help others. She used to work for a long time and she used to work very hard and could not stand. She could stand for long hours of hard work. Whatever work we give, she used to work for a long time and complete it correctly. Killed the tiger. So why did she kill the tiger? Let us see. How did she kill the tiger and why? So people often speak about how boldly she fought with the tiger and killed the tiger in the jungle only with a stick all alone. She was having she killed the tiger. So once if we see the tiger in a jungle, what we would do? We will run away from it, right? Yes. But she stood against it and she fought with it and she killed the tiger. So from then she was called as Jalkari. Jalkari means the tigress. So from then she was named as Jalkari. Befriending Rani. That is, how did she make friends with the Rani Lakshmi Bai? So when Jalkari grew up, she was married to a soldier in the army of Jhansi. She was made friend with the army of Jhansi. Yes, and she moved to live in Jhansi. That is how she met Rani of Jhansi. She was married to a person who works as a soldier in the army of Jhansi Rani. Then this is how she is moving to Jhansi, and there she met Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai asked her to be her companion because she liked women with such bold, frank and fearless attitude. She liked people who has such a fearless attitude. They became friends and went out riding together and fought with swords for practice and practiced to shoot with revolver and a gun. So what all they practiced? They practiced with sword to fight. Yes, and then they practiced with gun and a revolver. Yes, to shoot. Next, troubled times. Those were the troubled times, and everywhere there were rumors of war. Everywhere there was rumors of war. The British had expanded their territory. How did they expand their territory? They had a British East India Company which came into India only for trading. But later they started capturing India. They started enslaving the people of India. Then they had a trading, that is what I told. And in 1857, fighting broke out all over the country. They started telling that we will not obey the British rule hereafter. Why? Because in that, actually the fight in 1857, it started with this. Everywhere the Indian soldiers and the British soldiers were treated unequally. British soldiers got high salary and the Indian soldiers got very low salary. And the Indian soldiers were asked to bite the gun while shooting, right? So in that, the bullets were used to grease with the help of pig and cow's fat. All these were against the religion of Hindus and Muslims in India, right? So they started rebelling. All the soldiers started rebelling against their higher officials. So that is how the fight broke out and all over the country and in the place of Jhansi Rani too. And Jhansi Rani's land was also has to be captured by the British because they don't have a natural hair. Natural hair means naturally they don't have a son. So they just adopted a son from their relation. After the death of the king, to take over the country, take over Jhansi Rani's region, they told that the king who doesn't have natural hair, that is, they don't have natural son to rule the country, then the country, the place, the region should be automatically taken under the control of British. So under the name of doctrine of lapse, it was a rule brought by the British officials. It was brought by Lord Dalhousie. He only brought that rule. So Jhansi Rani was waiting for a right time to fight against this. So she took this chance and she trained all their soldiers and she set up a factory to make all the gun and revolvers, right? And they started manufacturing the weapons to fight with the British. The British fought back and thousands of people were killed on both the sides. Next, Jalkari faced the British army. In March 1858, the British troops attacked the fort of Jhansi. The heavy guns bombarded it. The Rani's troops fought back bravely. Though the British army was very strong, they could not stand before the Rani Lakshmi Bai's army. They fought back very bravely. Among them was Jalkari. Never once leaving her beloved queen's side. She was always with the queen's side and she fought with them. She rode from one point to another, firing at the British soldiers with a steady hand and sure aim. She was was very sure on the aim. The enemy fell back and they did not expect such a strong defeat from the side of the Rani Lakshmibai's fort. Though the British commander telegraphed for more troops. The British commander, no, he asked for more troops. I want many soldiers to fight with this army. Even then they could not fight against, they cannot get into the fort. So the army of Rani still withstood the war, entering the fort. Finally the British army entered into the fort. How? So when the British army found that they could not make progress, they decided to gain entry into the fort in a secret manner. They wanted to get inside with a secret manner. So they bribed a man. Bribe means they started canvassing a man to help them, who is from the Indian army. So his name is Dulaji Thakur. His name is Dulaji Thakur, a gunner who was in charge of the south gate. He was in charge of the south gate of the fort. So they started brainwashing that person. So in return for a large sum of money, so we would give you a large sum of money if you allow us inside the fort. So for expecting a large amount, what did he do? He just led them into a spot. He took all the British soldiers to a spot where the wall was very weak and it had a small hole in it. And the soldiers made their way into the fort through it in the midnight. Thalkari alarmed the soldiers. So as the British troop entered Thalkari, saw them and sounded the alarm. So in those days, if you have seen the Bahubali movie, right, and when his mother was taken by Bahubali outside, what they will do? They will just ring one noise, right? At once, what will happen? The soldiers in the gate, near the gate, they will start rolling out the fire, right, through the wall of the very rough grass. They have dried it up and kept it in their fort for safety. So once they hear that alarm, they will fire it up and send it down in order to kill the enemies. So same way here also Thalkari alarmed the soldiers by sounding the alarm. With loud cries, the Rani's army took up the fight and opened the fire, and then attackers fell back. All the attackers fell back. The fight continued the following days and nights. For 3 to 4 days they started fighting continuously. Though the Indian troops were full of daring, they could not withstand the British attacks. Now they become very weak and they could not withstand the British attacks. The enemies fought steadily until they reached the palace. Till they reached the palace, they were fighting very strongly. Who? The enemies, that is the British soldiers. Continuous rival. So the battle prolonged for more than 3 days. The queen's advisors begged her to go to a safer place. The queen, dressed in armor, carrying a dagger and 2 revolvers, she went to the hillside through one of the gates. But still Rani Lakshmibai did not accept. As soon as the soldiers asked her to move to a safe place, she was very much ready to fight against the British. But the soldiers made her a request that no, your safety is very much important. You have to be very safe and you go to the hillside. So through one of the gates, she just moved out, and Thalkari went with her for a halfway. And once she knew that Rani is safe, she came back. And Thalkari dressed like Rani and came inside the fort. Once they saw that Rani Lakshmibai has entered, they just surrounded her in the fort. British captured Thalkari. So British soldiers saw Thalkari and captured her, thinking that she is Lakshmibai. So they led her to the commander. But the commander looked at the captive closely, but she was not very sure that it is Rani Lakshmibai. He had a doubt. So she was the queen. So they called Dulaji to confirm whether she is the queen. Yes? We know that Dulaji is a betrayer, right? So Thalkari is dead. When she saw Dulaji, her eyes flamed with fire. She was very much angered towards him. So and she shouted for being a traitor. Traitor means a cheater. She called him as a traitor. Dulaji confessed that she is not the queen. He told that she is not queen. The British army sentenced her to death by hanging because she might be very dangerous if they let her go free. So she told the British that they cannot capture them and they would fight until they get freedom. And she is never afraid of dying. Even while dying, she was not at all afraid to be sentenced to death. She told that somehow we will be fighting until we get freedom. We will keep on coming. You can find one or two betrayers like this, but not all Indians are like Dulaji, and there are people who is against the British. And they will continuously fight with the British and they will somehow get the freedom, she told. And she shouted, "Long live Lakshmi Bai and long live freedom," when the rope tightened around her neck. So here are some questions for you. You should read the book and find answer for these questions. So people like Thalkari for what? And who said Thalkari shall be my companion? How did the British troop enter into the fort? Describe the war between the British and the Lakshmi Bai's army. Why did the British sentence Thalkari to death? So these questions you have to find the answer from by reading the book. And before going to the next, now I would like to show you a video based on this lesson.
Who single-handedly fought and killed a leopard with a Thalkari was a bold and fearless girl who single-handedly fought and killed a leopard with a sturdy stick. When she grew up, she was married to a soldier in Rani Lakshmi Bai's army in Jhansi. Thalkari became the Rani's companion because of her frank and fearless attitude. The two young women went riding and fenced, wrestled, and practiced shooting together. In March 1858, the British troops attacked the fort at Jhansi, but Rani's troops fought back bravely. The British decided to gain entry into the fort by stealth. At night, they bribed a man named Dulaji, who showed them a break in the wall from where the soldiers entered the fort at night. Thalkari saw them and sounded an alarm. The Rana's army opened fire. However, the British troops managed to reach the palace gates. Rani Lakshmi Bai agreed to leave her palace for a safe place. Dressed in armor and carrying weapons, she rode unrecognized out of the city gates. As soon as the Rani was safe, Thalkari wore the Rani's clothes and rode her white horse back to the fortress. The British soldiers mistook her for the Rani and captured her. When the British commander got to know that who they had captured was not the queen, he was furious at being tricked and ordered that she be hanged to death. As they led Thalkari to her death, she shouted out, "Beware! You will never conquer us! Long live India! Long live Lakshmi Bai! Long live freedom!" She was indeed a brave tigress.
So did you understand, children? So now let us move into the poem Courage, Courage and Courage. So in this poem, we are going to see about how to be courageous. So this poem is written by Edgar Albert Guest. Edgar Albert Guest. So in this poem, the author asks us to be the courageous person to face our problems because it is common for everyone in this world. We will think that only we have all such problems and others are so happy. It is not like that. So the rich will have rich problems and the poor will have poor problems for petty things. Yes. So everybody has problem in this world. So he says that everyone has to meet misfortunes in life. Sometimes things go against us. So there are dark days in our life. Though we struggle and whimper. Struggle and whimper means struggle a lot to come up in life and whine and cry. We should face problems till the end. How much ever hardship we undergo, we should be very courageous to meet the end of that. So if we face such things, we should call the courage and try to smile. We have to smile at the problems. So stanza 1. When the burden grows heavy and rough is the way, when you falter and slip and isn't your day. So what is that? When burden means what? The problems. Yes, when they grow high, heavy and rough is the way we go is very rough, very problematic. And when you falter and slip, when you were cheated or when you slip and it is not your day and the day is not yours. So what we call it as your day? When we are very happy, when we are very successful at it, we call it as it's my day, right? So it is not your day and your best doesn't measure to what is required. You do not reach your best. When you know in your heart that you are fast growing tired, when you know in your heart that because of hardship and hard troubles you get in your way, you are becoming very tired with the odds. Odd means what? All problems and all against you. Everything turns against you. There is one thing to do. There is only one thing to do. What is that? That is, call on your courage and see the thing through. We should call our courage. Where is our courage? What is courage? Courage means being bold, our boldness. Yes? So we have to call upon our boldness and see things through that courage. Okay? So, some of the hard words in these lines are falter, to stumble or move unsteadily, odds, problems, courage, confidence, boldness, call on, here, bring it. Okay, call on, bring it. Okay. So in this stanza you can find what? Some of the alliterations. What is alliteration, children? Alliteration means the starting lines will be having the same consonant sounds. Okay. Same consonant sound. That is called alliteration. That too comes in the same line. If you see in this line, all against. All against. It starts with same letter, right? So when it starts with the consonant sound, it is called alliteration. But here it starts with what? Vowel sounds. All against. All against. So this is a assonance. This is a assonance. So here you see consonant. Their, thing. Their, thing. So it starts with same consonants. So it is an alliteration. It is an alliteration. Then in the next line, the, thing, through. Everything starts with the same consonant sound. We call it as alliteration. Okay. So when the same words repeat in the 2 or 3 lines in the poem again and again, we call it as repetition. See when. Here also it starts with when. And 4th line also starts with when. This thing we call it as alliteration. So why I am going to tell you all these? These are the poetic devices which are used to make a poem very beautiful. See, way, day. It rhymes together. It is called rhyming words. Way, day. Require, tired. It ends with the same sound. So that is called rhyming words. Require, tired. Do, through. Do, through. It is ending with the same sound. Okay. So second very courageous. They will fight until battle means what? War. We fight until the end. Sometimes we might be defeated also. We will even lose. Misfortune is something we all have to meet. Everyone have misfortunes to meet in our life. Misfortune means bad events or something failures. Yes. Take the loss with the grace. Take the loss with the grace you would take in the gain. So keep in your mind that this time I have lost, but you should have the hope to win in the next time. So you should not come back. You should not quit what you are doing. When things go against you, don't whine or complain. Don't cry and complain. When things go against you, you should not sit and complain or cry. Just call on your courage. Just call the courage. And grin if you can. Grin means smile if you can. Though you fail to succeed, do not fail as a man. Who is a man? Here the author says that if you are failed to succeed, if you are not succeeding, you should not be fail as a man, because you should not quit trying. The author asks us to be courageous and face the problems and go until the end. But he is asking us not to quit in the halfway. So victory, success. Why cry? Ventures, a risky journey. Grace, short prayer. Grace means short prayer. So if we are losing, we should pray and again we should try for the next time. Yes. So for you should opt for a better option and understand what is your mistake and just try to change them and go to meet the success. So in this stanza, you have some rhyming words. Defeat, meet, gain, complain, can, man. All these are rhyming words. In this victory, ventures. Victory, ventures. It starts with the same consonant sound. It is. So what is that? That is an alliteration. So when, wine. This is also an alliteration. Courage, can. Call, courage, can. So it starts with the same consonant. It is an alliteration. Though you fail to succeed, not fail as a man. So fail, fail. This is the repetition. Same word is repeated in the same line. Next, victory, success. Why? Cry. Ventures, a risky journey. Grace means a short prayer. Stanza 3. There are dark days and stormy which come to us all, when about us in ruin or our hopes seem to fall, but stand to whatever you happen to meet. We must all drink the bitter as well as the sweet. So everybody has to meet the dark days. What is we call it as dark days? All the problematic days, the failure days. So that is what we call it as dark days and stormy days, right? And everything seems to ruin us. Ruin means what? Everything is taken away from us. And still we should not leave our hope, but stand with whatever you happen to meet, whatever happens in your life. We must drink the bitter as well as the sweet. So at times we happen to drink the bitter things also. Not only we can taste only the sweet things in our life. There are bitter things to drink. And the test of your courage is what you do in the heart when reverses are coming to you. So how to test your courage? So what you are doing at the time of reverses. Reverses means the failures or the problems. Sometimes everything turns upside down. During such times, what you are going to do with your courage? That is the test of your courage. So ruin means loss of hope, health or position. Dark days, the days we face problems, unlucky days we call it as. Reverses. All, fall, meet, sweet, do, you. Do, you. So all these are rhyming words. Dark days. Dark days. This is alliteration. And that's it. So these are some of the poetic devices used in this poem. Here the author asks us to be very much courageous in our life. Like Thalkari, whatever problem comes in our life, we have to be very bold enough to face that. Understood, children? Yes, some of the hard loss of hope, health or position. Dark days means the days which we face problem and unlucky days. Reverses means misfortune or losers. In stanza 4, never change is the battle by curse or regret. Never change is the battle by curse or regret. Though you whimper and whine, still the end must be met. And who fights a good fight, though he struggle in vain, shall have many victory to pay for his pain. So here the author is asking us, never change is the battle. Whatever problems comes, we should be never changed in the battle by curse or regret. So you have some problems, somebody may curse you for doing that, whatever happens. So we know what we are doing is whether right or wrong. So when you do the right, you need not be afraid of others' curse or others' jealous, everything, right? And though you whimper and whine, complain, cry, whatever you do, but still you should meet the end of the work you are doing. And who fights a good fight? Who is fighting a good fight? Those who do not quit in the middle. So though he struggling, when whatever problem he undergoes, though he struggles a lot, shall have many victory. The person who struggles a lot, who do all hardships, who undergo all hard works, many victories are there to pay for his pain. And so take your reverses as a part of the plan. So whatever reverses comes, you should take it as a part of the plan, and which God has devised for creating a man. So God has created a man for undergoing such struggles. He did not give problems for the animals. He gives problems for men. So you should not be failure as a man. So device means creating, vain, useless. So here are some questions for you. That is, what should you do when you face the dark days in your life? What was devised by God? What is the meaning of the word reverses? What is important in life than success? So after watching the video, try to answer the questions. Bye children.